each state's going to occur during the storm. Thank you, sir. Operator, next question.
Devlin Barrett, Wall Street Journal. Your line is open.
Hi, thanks. Could you just give us an update as to how much money is in the disaster relief fund presently? And given everything you've said about the size and strength of this storm, do you believe that there's enough there?
Well, we went into the end of the fiscal year with almost $1 billion in the balance, and then with the CR, we get an apportionment of the funds based upon the FY12 funding. So we've seen no limiting factors for response activities, nor do we see any limiting factors for the existing disasters we're responding to. The concern will be impact of the storm and recovery and rebuilding efforts if that would require any additional funding. But as it is right now, the amount of money that was in the DRF going into the end of the fiscal year and the apportionment from the continuing resolution means we have enough funds for the response to this disaster. Thank you. Operator, next question.
Nicole Killian, Hearst. Your line is open, ma'am.
Hi, thanks so much for doing this. Kind of piggybacking off the earlier question about the election, do you foresee, even from a weather perspective, anything that might impact next Tuesday, whether it's the lingering cleanup, whether there's another storm system out there? I mean, just from a forecasting standpoint.
It's really too early to say what will be the impacts of the storm, and that's why it's, again, important that we'll be in support of the governor's team and their supervisor elections or secretaries of state as they determine what impacts and what assistance they may need. But it's really right now, until we know what the impacts are, it's just hard to say what that could be. Thank you. Operator, next question.
Thank you. Jerry Wagshaw, ABC News. Your line is open.
Yes, hello there. This is a question for the doctor. Doctor, if you can answer this, please. I'm trying to figure something out. We hear information about storm surge. I'm trying to figure out how far inland the surge is actually going to go in 3 different places: New York City, Atlantic City, and Long Island. And I'm wondering how I can figure that out.
Yeah, that hazard is the one that is handled particularly at the local level for very good reasons, and that's because it is such a result of the depth of the water just offshore, the shape of the coastline, the terrain of the land adjacent to the water, and that really is handled at a very, very local level. Now, if you look at New York City, and maybe Administrator Fugate would want to comment generally on this whole topic too, but they evacuated Zone A for the reason that in collaboration with all of us in the Weather Service and the Hurricane Center providing guidance, that the storm surge wasn't going to wholesale penetrate inland beyond areas in that zone. So it gives you an idea of the use of the information regarding storm surge that has been taken by the local emergency manager to figure out how far inland the water will penetrate, and that's reflected in who they asked to evacuate. Every little specific area is handled differently. You can go 3 miles down the road, and it goes just over the road, and then 3 miles farther down the road, and it can go several blocks inland. That just depends on all the local effects. Maybe Administrator Fugate want to comment on how that is all handled at the local level.
I think Dr. Knapp really covered that. It's all a factor of what we're planning for based on the estimated storm surge, and then in real time it's actually where we're at in the tide cycle, and the emergency managers will base their evacuation decisions upon that potential impact. But the actual forecast for what those estimates are will be done in conjunction with local weather service offices, and they can give you better detail on what's happening in the tide cycle.
Thanks, sir. Operator, next question.
Neela Banerjee, Los Angeles Times. Your line's open.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. This is to Director Knapp. I've been hearing conflicting things from meteorologists about the movement of this storm. Some people say that it's pretty typical for an Atlantic tropical storm or hurricane to come inland as Sandy is doing. Others say that this is pretty unusual, and I was wondering whether, what the record and the science say about the particular course the storm is taking.
Well, what makes every storm unique is a combination of things: the time of year, the strength, and the structure, and the magnitude and the size. So Sandy is unique in a number of ways. It is certainly not common for a system to come in at this strength, coming in from this direction toward the Jersey coast. But if you look back in history, tropical cyclones have come up the East Coast many, many times in the past. The whole East Coast of the U.S. is vulnerable to storm surge and hurricanes.